Manchester derby number 4 of the season for United, and each one has been just that little bit bigger than the last. 3 weeks ago, the Reds beat City to claim a spot in a third consecutive FA Cup final. This afternoon, Mark Skinner's side need just a point on Derby Day to secure Champions League football for next season. The equation is simple, but the execution a little trickier. At Old Trafford, against the side who know if they beat United here, they keep the race for Europe alive, heading into next weekend's final day. Today for Manchester United is about two things: points and pride. Here is the 11 Mark Skinner has selected to take on City, a side that reads just 2 changes from defeat to Chelsea at Leigh Sports Village in the week. A result which meant they had to watch their opponents lift the WSL title. Ella Toone returns to the fold, 4 goals in the league this season, 3 of them against Manchester City at the Etihad in January. Melvin Mallard joins Dominique Janssen in dropping to the bench, as Elizabeth Turland is back in from the off. United's top scorer looking to reach double figures for league goals this season at Old Trafford this afternoon. Otherwise, it's as you were against Chelsea, including amongst the substitutes. City were thrashed by United at the Etihad in January. Revenge will be on their minds, so will closing the gap to the Reds as they look to chase them down in that third and final Champions League spot. Former United player Alex Greenwood comes back into the City side, with Lauren Hemp also involved in 2 changes from their vital win over Leicester last time out. The lively Carolyn keeps her place up front, but Blinkilda Brown and Fugino both return to Nick Cushing's squad today. Old Trafford awaits. Old Trafford expects. Points are precious at this stage of the season, and United need just 1 more to confirm their spot in the Champions League next campaign. What a way it would be to do it against City on Derby Day at Old Trafford. City need a win to keep their European hopes afloat and inflict a serious wound on United heading into the final day. United looking to strike the first blow of their own, and they might just do that here, you know. Leah Galton swung back into the area, hooked towards goal. Keating punches away nervously. United at City's throats immediately here at Old Trafford. And in the end, Gabby George's forward pass can only trickle over the line. The move breaks down. What a start for United. The pressure on both sides, but Lou Macari, United legend alongside me, a great beginning for the Reds.
Well, yeah, 3 great chances to open the scoring. Every time that they attempted a shot at goal, City player got in the way. Good save from the goalkeeper. Good start.
Miyazawa in the middle for Manchester United. Now George. United shifting it across the box from right to left. George linking up with Leah Galton. One-on-one opportunity to cross here for Gabby George, and it is blocked behind for a Manchester United corner. That's well worked from the Reds, who are looking to open the scoring early, just like they did in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Corner swung in by Toone. It's slightly long, but it will be recycled by Hasegawa, who plays it straight into Carolyn, who rises high to block it, but the Japanese has won it back and chopped onto her left. That's a delicious ball. Will it drop in? It will drop in. But the whistle has gone. The whistle has been blown by the referee. Emily Heaslip has spotted something she didn't like, and Old Trafford's cheers will be subdued.
Well, I stand to be corrected, but I'm not certain she's got this decision right. Ball swung in, right to the back post, back into the box. Oh yeah, she may be. Referee may have just got that right. It's a bit harsh on United, but there was a slight push in the box as this ball comes back into the box at the back post.
Millie Turner steps in, but can't find a teammate. It's back in the box with Manchester City. Crossed in from the left by Lauren Hemp, who checks back and delivered by Greenwood. Great touch, great save. Still comes back out to Carolyn. Well, that is why Fallon Toulish-Joyce has only conceded a handful of goals all season. That looked determined to be a goal for Manchester City. In the end, Toulish-Joyce is down as she often is, to turn away. Carolyn with the effort, brilliant save, Tulis-Joyce.
Oh, it is a brilliant save from Tulis-Joyce, and right in the corner it was going, but she stretches out, gets a hand to it. Brilliant save, absolutely brilliant.
She just seems unbeatable at times, Fallon Tulis-Joyce. Corner for City, played in towards the area, headed out by Maya Le Tissier. Drops for Carolyn. So influential for Manchester City since her arrival in January, especially replacing Bunny Shaw, who's been injured. Header comes in towards the far post and drops wide.
Only just wide of the post, and there was no way this time Tulis-Joyce was going to stop that. Oh God, yeah, right on target it was.
It's on the edge of the box once again with Keating as she comes to the edge of her D in her bright orange jersey, and she plays a route one pass towards Carolyn, and it's over the top of Le Tissier, and this is a good chance which is excellently defended by Maya Le Tissier. That is why United's defence have been so solid this season.
Good defending eventually from Le Tissier.
Corner for Manchester City, swung in towards the 6-yard line, punched away by Tulis-Joyce, but smashed back towards goal and narrowly wide from Kerstin Kasparai. Well, that was a fizzing effort. She hit it quite flat with no spin, but it wasn't quite accurate enough.
No, but the decision that Tulis-Joyce made was brilliant. I'm going to go and get that ball. I'm going to go and get it and punch it outside the box.
Carolyn has pinched it off of Millie Turner. She's racing towards the edge of the box. Here's Laura Coombs, shifted onto Hemp. Inside the area for Manchester City, stood up by Aoife Mannion, poked towards the edge of the area, and there is the opening goal. It comes from Manchester City. It's Leia Alchandri. She scored, and that is not the goal that Manchester United wanted to see. City know if they win, they will take the race for the Champions League to the final day. United need just a point, but they're going to have to come from behind.
Well, that's not the goal we wanted to see, but in fairness, it was a brilliant goal. Control was brilliant, the finish was superb. It's a brilliant finish, I've got to say. Don't like saying it because it's against my team, but she's done exceptionally well.
City 1, United 0. 5 minutes to play of this first half. Toon. Galton. Galton looking to drive down the line, and she's won a corner. Superb from Leah Galton. United have had a few corners in this first half. They want to try and make one of them count before the break. Corners taking short. Well, it's loose from Ella Toon. Well, she feels she was pulled back by Carolyn, who is now racing over the halfway line, the Brazilian. She stops the ball dead on halfway, waits for reinforcements, and now she continues. Over to the left for Yui Hasegawa. Well, this all came from United's own corner. Swung in towards Tulis-Joyce, and she tips it over the top of the crossbar. Another superb intervention from United's goalkeeper.
Yeah, it all came from our corner, and there was no need to play a short one, but they did. It all went wrong, and all of a sudden City were on the attack.
Want to make sure that they go into half-time, which is only 3.5 minutes away. Not two behind. In comes the corner, and they are two behind. A powerful header. It's Rebecca Nark for Manchester City.
Well, the marking was awful. Nark's just posted into that near post, glancing header, and no matter how good its Manchester United goalkeeper is, Tulis-Joyce, no way was she going to stop this. Into the near post, headed goal, 2-0 up.
Turner. Le Tissier under a little bit of pressure, but finds an expert pass to Aoife Mannion, who's got time and space to deliver. And what a cross it is, and what a header! Grace Clinton has halved the deficit for Manchester United with a perler of a header. Aoife Mannion took her time and picked her spot, and so did Gracie Clinton. What a header! And United have one back right before half-time.
Well, that's how simple it is. Ball into the box. Clinton rises at the back post. Great header. Goalkeeper, no chance. Back in the game.
Here's Coombs, down the line towards Hemp, who's trying to shrug off Aoife Mannion. Aoife Mannion stays strong, but too strong. Well, she's going to get a yellow card for that. I'm not sure I agree with that. We were just talking about the fact that there's only been one in this first half of the Manchester derby so far, Lou. I mean, there is a bit of pulling there and a little bit of shoving from Aoife Mannion, but I think that that's just her making a genuine attempt to try and win the ball. I don't see how that can be given as a yellow card.
Well, it shouldn't be, you're right, but in the modern day game, the rules, tug somebody's shirt, it can be a yellow card.
Lauren Hemp has just delivered an excellent ball in. She'll be looking to do the same thing again. It's a little bit flatter this time. And there's the half-time whistle. What a lively first half. Resulted in Manchester City opening the scoring through Leia Alejandri. The Spaniard nicking in there and swerving into the far corner to give Manchester City the lead that was doubled by Rebecca Nark from a corner as she planted in beyond Tulish Joyce, but Grace Clinton scored an excellent header of her own after a top delivery from Aoife Mannion to half the deficit and make it 2-1. United need a point to secure Champions League football. They will have to continue to come from behind. At the break, at Old Trafford, Manchester United 1, Manchester City 2. Back underway at Old Trafford. Manchester United trail in the derby by 2-1. They are 45 minutes and potentially just one goal away from Champions League football, but they will have to come from behind. They were 2-0 down in the first half. Grace Clinton's header made it 2-1. And a half-time switch as well made by Mark Skinner, which has seen Gabby George withdrawn and young Anna Sandberg introduced. Miyasawa lofted towards Leah Galton. She seems to be a target so far early in this second half. United's winger. City come away with it over the halfway line with Jess Park, tracked by Grace Clinton into the feet of Coombs. She's got plenty of space here, as does Yui Hasegawa, the Japanese Manchester City midfielder. Carolyn nudges it through the legs of Sandberg and tees up Jess Park inside the area for Manchester City. Danger for Manchester United, but on the spin, Lauren Hemp's effort is tame and straight at Tulish Joyce, who scoops up easily.
Well, Carolyn's a big danger for Man City. Real live wire, plenty of pace, plenty of strength. I think one of the main things between now and the end.
Yui Hasegawa being hassled by Grace Clinton. The scorer of United's only goal. Here's Jess Park, bit of space here for Coombs. First time touch out of her feet. Accosted by Miyasawa. Now Kasparai down the right-hand touchline for the freshly introduced Jill Rood. He manages to twist away and get a cross in, just smashed out for a corner by Hinata Miyasawa. Not entirely, I think, what she was intending to do, but does the job in terms of clearing it away from the box. It's a City corner.
No, and that could be a case of just tiring, because normally throughout this game, that particular player hasn't done that. She's been cool, she's been composed, but we're getting to that stage where you do start to tire.
There's plenty of movement in there. In it comes. Oh, it might be an own goal. It looked like just for a second it could have been, but Tulish Joyce kept her composure and watched it calmly drop into her arms. It did take a touch off of a United player in the wrong direction, Lou,
yeah.
But in the end the danger was averted.
Yeah, corner kick, get it into the box like City have done the whole game. Unfortunately, we didn't do that on one occasion and we paid for it.
United 1, City 2 here at Old Trafford in the WSL. Mallard receives the ball from a long goal kick from Tulish Joyce, headed down by Turlin. Mallard is in. Melvin Mallard, she's equalised for Manchester United on as a substitute and maybe scoring the goal that secures United's spot in the Champions League next season.
Fresh legs. They're certainly not going to tire in this 5 minutes she's been on. Gets the opportunity. Might think it was an easy opportunity, but it's never easy. You're coming in, you're facing the goalkeeper. All right, you just got to get it past them, into the back of the net, past her rather, into the back of the net. But she kept her cool, She kept the composure, and it's level.
How cool was that from Melvin Mallard? She played her part in constructing the move, continued her run, flicked on by Turlin. Keating came out to close the angle, but that is composure from Melvin Mallard, who levels the scores in the Manchester derby at Old Trafford and might well have fired United into the Champions League.
Great goal.
Sandberg looking to deliver. United have the bit between their teeth. Miyazawa, her volleyed effort. She's asking for a handball from the referee. It struck a City player. Referee says no, and Aoife Mannion has conceded a foul on the far side, and this might be bad news for Manchester United. She's already been booked, and Aoife Mannion has now been sent off. Drama here at Old Trafford. Well, United have managed to find their way back into the game. Melvin Mallard with the equaliser not 2 minutes ago, and now United will have to contest the remaining 21 minutes with 10 players. Aoife Mannion dismissed. Well, United were attacking at one end, and then City broke up the other. Caroline got away from Mannion. She dangled a leg. Caroline goes over. Mannion receives a second yellow, and she has to walk off at Old Trafford and down the tunnel. United might have levelled the game, but they now have just 10 players.
Well, that's so unfortunate, because it wasn't a dangerous tackle, but you trip up your opponent, and unfortunately you've already got a yellow card. The only place you're heading for is the tunnel.
Alejandra gifts it straight to Samba. She tries her best to win it back, and she's done exactly that. City a little bit scrappy with how they're moving the ball about, but it seems to be working for the time being. 78 minutes on the clock now, still 2-2. Coombs will try one and lifts her shot over the top of Tulis-Joyce's crossbar. So it'll just be a goal kick, and the pressure is released for the time being.
Yeah, take your time with every goal kick. Get maybe one or two substitutes on. All those precious seconds get you near that 90-minute mark. It's going to be one-way City right from now to the end.
You can feel that tension of both the travelling City supporters and those thousands of Manchester United fans here at the Theatre of Dreams this afternoon. Greenwood charging forward for Manchester City. Here's Caroline, who shifted out to the left, moves it onto her right. Caroline's effort just wide of Tulis-Joyce's left-hand post. But we know how good Caroline is. We know how influential she's been since joining Manchester City in January, trying to make her mark on this Manchester derby, and her effort drifts narrowly wide.
Well, that was just wide. Yeah, you're right, she's been a real danger to United. Running with the ball, superb. Fitness levels are great. She's a brave player as well.
Gino and Greenwood looking to link up together. Greenwood has it at her feet, and now it's Jess Park on the move. United need to get bodies back. They do. Mallard, brilliant, stepping in, winning back control, and on the run down the left-hand side. How good is that from Melvin Mallard? She might be the person that scored the goal to secure United's Champions League place, but defensively digging in as well and doing her work. Spot on for Melvin Mallard. .94 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. A minimum of 5 added minutes, and a yellow card for Anna Sandberg, who is taking too long, according to referee Emily Heaslip. It's another booking in this Manchester derby, which has swung this way and that. It's been full of passion and drama, and at the moment it's resulting in United in the Champions League. Foul from Elizabeth Turlin, so City will have a free kick. We have played 95 minutes. We will play a little more, no question. Well, the crowd jeering because Kiara Keating has thrown the ball a little too far in front of her. The United fans think the free kick should be taken further back. Keating loops it up towards the edge of the box. It's flicked on. Drops into the area. Stabbed away by Sandberg for a throw. Well, this is it. Last chance saloon. Last throw of the dice for Manchester City. United just need to stay focused, stay determined. Away by Clinton. And there is the final whistle. A whistle which signifies that Manchester United will be playing in the Champions League next season. And just look what it means to these players. United 2 goals behind in the first half. They found a way back just before half-time through Grace Clinton. And then in the second half, They continued to probe, and they found the goal they needed. Melvin Mala off the bench to convert to make it 2-2. And then after Aoife Manuel was sent off for a second yellow card, just minutes after, the Reds held out a lesson in concentration and determination with 10 players for 20 plus minutes. They saw out the result against City, who threw everything at them, but in the end the Reds did enough. They did what they needed to do, and they have secured the point, which puts them in the Champions League next season.
Well, they always looked capable of doing what they had to do, which was to hold out for the last 21 minutes. Easier said than done, but when you're organised, when you're determined, and when you want to get what you've got today, which is a point out of the game, it was always possible to happen. It's happened. United have done brilliant. The female of the match, though, unfortunately, is in the dressing room.
Yeah, thought for Aoife Mannion. What a performance from her on in the first half as an early substitute for the injured Jade Revere. Delivered the cross for Grace Clinton to head home in the first half to make it 2-1. She played her part, no question, despite the fact she was sent off. But for Mark Skinner, mission accomplished in the WSL this season. United are a Champions League club again. Melvin Mala's goal enough as United and City draw out a 2-2 result, which sees the Reds in the Champions League.
I feel incredibly emotional at this moment because I feel that the players have fought really hard this season. Everybody doubted us. Nobody had us in the top three in any punditry kind of success where they only had Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City. And for us to fight as hard as we have, with the new players we've had, the new young team that we've had, I mean, even see today the growth of all those players and that they're willing to step up for each other in the last moments. They're covering each other, they're running. I just feel like I'm exhausted, and after this game, because of the fact that our team were incredible again today.